You are listening to the Boss Experience Podcast, a podcast with conversations about business growth, self-development, and maintaining a mindset to achieve business success. My name is Michele Davis, and I am a business strategist and coach, and I am your host. Let's get started. Welcome to the Boss Experience, the podcast that helps you turn your expertise into an online coaching business that replaces your 9-to-5 income. My name is Michele Davis, and I am the host. If you haven't already, make sure you grab the Expert Business Launch Planner. You can find it at bossbusinessplanner.com. That's bossbusinessplanner.com. The Expert Business Planner takes you through everything you need to do to get your coaching business to the point of getting launched. And it's going to help you make sense of everything as it relates to getting your coaching business off the ground. So with that being said, let's hop into today's topic, which is the importance of having a marketing plan. People often get strategy versus plan confused. A marketing strategy is not the same as a marketing plan. Your marketing strategy is the way you'll accomplish your mission. It's basically the generic way. I use YouTube to get clients on, or that you'll use podcast guesting. All of those are strategies. Your plan is the exact activities you'll engage in to accomplish your goal of getting leads for your coaching business. When you start your business, people should not just be hearing about you starting your business for the first time. Yet that's what tends to happen in a lot of instances. People don't talk about what they're doing. I did the same thing when I was starting out. And I think part of it was because I was afraid to fail. So I didn't want to publicly put myself out there in the universe until I knew things were going to work. And the thing is, you have to come into this committed to things working. And so you need to leverage everywhere you have a presence. Everyone needs to know that you're in business. Everyone needs to know that you're a coach. Everyone needs to know, what your expertise is, centers around. Part of the launch process is not waiting until you're ready to launch to start talking about what you do. People need to know that you're working on your coaching program. You want to build anticipation about what you're doing among the network. You never know who is sitting in your network right now that needs your service. So you want to be in the habit of actually talking about what it is you do and making sure that your network is in tune with what you're doing and what you're creating. As you're preparing to actually release your program to the world, they may also know someone that needs your service. So don't build your business in silence. Your marketing plan is going to change over time. The marketing plan that you start off with is not going to be your marketing plan in 6 months from now or a year from now, because as you grow and as you expand your business, you're going to alter your marketing plan. As you add on different layers of marketing strategies and activities, your marketing plan will change. And also your marketing plan will change because of things that are happening in the market. And I'll give you an example. When I first started my business back in 2016, when you were on social media, it was like, it was post and it was long form video. And I don't think there was a preferred length, but over time, that preferred video length was 2 minutes or more. Okay. You were hard pressed to create content and also I think lives. Can't remember if lives were around back then, but certainly posting long form video. People used to do entire trainings on Facebook to get leads. And then things changed. When you look at the social media world right now, everything is short form content, 30 to 60 second video clips. And that is what people are paying attention to. People's attention spans have shortened over the years when it comes to social media. So your marketing plan is going to shift, is going to change based on how the market changes. And also what you do as a new coach is going to be different than what you do, as a seasoned coach that has, clients flowing in. you're going to, possibly, add things to your plate when it comes down to different marketing activities, or maybe you balance some things out. The key thing here is the things that you start off doing may not work the way you want. And that's why it's so important to track and understand how these marketing activities are growing your business or not growing your business. What tends to happen, especially with a lot of the more seasoned business owners that I've worked with over the years, is they don't have any tracking to know whether or not they're doing well with a particular strategy. And so they never track it. So they continue doing the same thing, and of course they continue getting the same results. So you don't want that to be you. You want to make sure that you're getting the results that you want with your marketing. And your marketing plan is going to include mission and values, goals, KPIs, buyer personas, activities, and budget. So your efforts as it relates to marketing need to align with the overall mission and values of your program. So you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. In your marketing, you want to do things that are actually going to bring you to your ultimate goal, which is to get more client leads so that you can convert them into coaching clients and enroll them in your program. You don't want to get caught up doing things that's not going to allow you to do that. So a perfect example of, when we think about, what aligns with our overall values as a coach, as a company, we have to think we need to stay away from things that aren't going to support our mission and don't support our values and align with our values, and that aren't going to bring us our ideal client. So I'll give you an example. On social media, you may get more of a response from people if you talk about controversial issues, whether that be controversy around relationships or controversial topics. Not only do you want to stay away from controversial topics as it relates to your brand, unless that's part of your brand, but it's not going to help you get your ideal client coming to you. It's not going to attract your ideal client. If you're a life coach helping people through the loss of children, that's not going to help you find people that are grieving the loss of their children. So it's important for you to make sure you know why you're doing it, know why you're doing what you're doing, so that you don't start creating content for the sake of creating content and generating vanity metrics like the likes and the comments and the shares, only for no one to enroll in your program. The next part of your marketing plan is key performance indicators. So key performance indicators, or KPIs, are specific numbers and timelines designed to measure your marketing efforts so you know what's working and what's not. If you have, let's say, through your marketing, you decided, that, let's say, you're going to do 4 podcast guest appearances a month. And so that that's your benchmark. Sometimes you're going to fall below, but sometimes you're going to do more. And the whole overall goal is ultimately maybe it's, 60, guest appearances you want to make for the overall year. And that, you're going to be monitoring your numbers for each month, or 48 actually, not 60. So 48 guest appearances if you appear 4 times a month. And so, at the end of the year, whether or not you meet your overall goal. So your goal is to make sure you try and reach your number a month, every month, so that you're not waiting until you're in month 9 and you're looking back and you see you didn't meet your numbers. The thing is with KPIs, they're indicators to help you know when you're doing well, when you're reaching your benchmarks, but they're also signs that you need to kind of tweak, or may need to change some things up. So maybe to reach your goal of, 4 appearances a month on a podcast, maybe instead of reaching out, to 10 people, maybe you're reaching out to 15 people to meet that number. And so your KPIs are indicators to let you know whether or not you're meeting your goal. Just keep that in mind. And your buyer persona is your client avatar. So with everything you're doing, everything centers around that client avatar. so that you know exactly the type of person you're talking to in your marketing. So now let's talk about activities. So activities are simply where you show up, what you're showing up to do, and how often you're showing up. Your activities don't actually translate into a plan yet until you define these things. A misconception that coaches have is that there's going to be one single activity that's going to get you clients. And so they end up solely on social media or solely relying on one source. If something happens with the one, you're stuck. You don't have clients and you don't have a backup. In your marketing plan that you're going to build out, you'll need to look at the different distribution channels and you'll be thinking about what kind of activities you're going to be doing for those different channels and at what volume. What are you going to be doing daily? How many times a day? What are you going to be doing weekly? And what are you going to be doing monthly? As a new coach, no one knows who you are yet. The goal here is for you to get a lot of traction as you're getting your business started. And I don't want you, in terms of social media, I don't want you to wait until you're launching your business and you're wondering why no one's, paying attention to you. You should be already talking about, your coaching activities, your expertise, the coaching program that you're launching. You should already be in the process of engaging with people that could be potentially your ideal client have already started connecting with you if you've been sharing on social media. So that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. And like I mentioned before, if you need help putting all of this together, make sure you grab the Expert Business Launch Planner at bossbusinessplanner.com. That's bossbusinessplanner.com. That way you can get some support in getting your online coaching business structured and getting your marketing plan developed. And for anyone that purchases the Expert Business Launch Planner, you also get a breakthrough strategy session with me where you and I have a call. We talk about where you are now, where you want to be, and I help you create a customized game plan to get there. But that's only for people that purchase the planner. So head over to bossbusinessplanner.com to grab it now. I'll be covering marketing all throughout season 7. And I'm so excited that you have chosen to tune in to the Boss Experience podcast. New episodes release every Tuesday. So be sure to subscribe and tune in every week. Thank you for tuning in to the Boss Experience podcast. Don't forget to leave a review for this episode and tune in next time.